Why, in the past, white hair belonged to old men and women, but nowadays people's hair turns white in their 20s and 30s. What do you think is the reason? Is there a cure? Can it be prevented? Can white hair be turned into black hair? Hello, we love you unconditionally. I am Dr. Jafid and I have visited more than 50,000 patients and I share my experiences with you. The difference between this channel and other channels is that you can use its information without any doubt because it has already been tested and experienced. So become a member of this channel and introduce it to your friends. Stay with me in the rest of the video so that I can share my experiences in this field so that you know that it is possible to turn white hair into black. Every complication that happens in our body has a reason. From the point of view of modern medicine, there are several reasons for gray hair. One is genetics and the other is the lack of certain vitamins such as vitamin B and vitamin E. According to traditional medicine, the cause of white hair is the predominance of cold temperament. I would like to explain to you the cold temperament here. You must have heard that stress is one of the causes of gray hair. High stress causes hair to turn white. Stress that continues continuously throughout life. This is the first and main cause of gray hair. Predominance of cold and dry temperament on the body causes white hair. For those who consume a lot of cold foods such as yogurt, dairy products, chicken, white rice, potatoes, and foods that they use a lot on a daily basis and do not use its corrector to neutralize its cold effect, with the prevailing coldness, the person will have white hair sooner. It is better to know that the prevalence of coldness and dryness is not only caused by eating cold foods. Those who talk a lot on the phone, these mobile waves cause dryness in the head and hair follicles. And it is interesting to know that it causes white hair. You can test it. People who talk a lot on mobile phones will see that their ear area or beard line is whiter. The next item is chlorinated or purified water. The chlorine they add to the water causes the hair to turn white over time. People who work in swimming pools often swim in chlorinated water. They are also prone to premature graying of hair. Our treatment methods are very simple, accessible and cheap. The first method of treatment is to use local heat. Black seed oil has a warm temperament. Apply it to your hair every night. After 40 days you will see your hair turning black naturally. You can see that the white hairs are slowly disappearing. I will tell you a memory. It is interesting. I had a disease. He was an old man. He came to me for knee pain. I told him to apply black seed oil on his knee and lubricate it every night. He returned after a few months. I saw that his beard has turned black. He said with a sweet Azari accent that this was the disaster you brought on me. I said how? When I applied black seed oil to my knees, I touched my beard to prevent the oil from dripping, and after a while I saw that my beard turned black. I said this so that you know that the local heat of black seed oil is transferred to the hair and hair follicles and affects the hair pigments and causes the hair to turn black. We had a patient who had white hair and migrated to his village for some reason. After a few months, when he returned to his own city, I saw that his hair had turned black, and he said, when I was in the village, I used spring water for drinking and bathing, and I believe that my hair turned black because of using spring water. After researching, I found this theory to be true. One of the reasons for white hair is chlorine added to water. Therefore, the next solution for black hair is to use spring water for both drinking and bathing. It is usually difficult to use spring water for bathing. I give you the solution. At the end of the shower, when you want to leave the bathroom, have a container of spring water. You can pour spring water on your head, which neutralizes the effect of water chlorine, and actually do the final rinse with spring water. The person who discovered this solution won the first prize in one of Iran's scientific festivals. Use a turquoise ring. The turquoise stone repels the harmful waves of the mobile phone, especially if we want to hold the mobile phone. Keep the turquoise ring in the same hand. The next solution for treating white hair is to use vitamins. We have experienced those who use rice bran brew for 2 months. It means to put a handful or 2 spoons of rice bran in a glass of boiling water every day and let it brew for a quarter of an hour. Then filter the brew and use it with a little honey. After 2 months, you will see that your white hair will turn black, but it also has several other features. If it is difficult to use this method, you can put 2 spoons of rice bran in watery foods such as stew and broth. And after the water reaches the boiling temperature, remove the rice bran. The vitamin has entered the water. With these methods you can easily turn your white hair black. We had experienced that this method worked until the age of 68 and white hair turned black. Let me tell you an interesting thing. Why do Indians have black hair and why their hair is not white or their hair turns white very late? Do you know the reason? Because Indians use a lot of spices, they eat a lot of warm food, they eat a lot of spicy food and they don't let the cold nature dominate them. While the climate of the region is hot, the discussion of genetics is not without grace. So those who have white hair should use hot food more. Of course, I recommend that you do not overdo it with hot foods because it damages the liver. But there are people who have a diet full of spices or use less dairy and cold foods. These people have gray hair later. If you found this content interesting, please subscribe to our channel and activate the bell. I will provide you with valuable content.